This next video is going to be about offsetting graphics. So if we go ahead and we draw a triangle like this, and then we want to offset triangles from this, we can choose the offset tool, offset curve, and we'll get this dialog. So it has three different functions: inside, outside, and both. So inside, if you're drawing it counterclockwise, it will do an offset inside of this distance. Let's change it to a larger number so we can see it. You preview it, you see how it offsets inside. Only if you draw it in a counterclockwise way. If you drew counterclockwise, that would be on the outside. So we can also see the outside, or we can have both. Now, if you notice, we zoom in here, you'll notice that it's not offsetted all the way to this point, and that's because the graphic isn't closed. So if we close the graphic, we get funny results with that. We're going to delete these two because I should just close it. So now the graphic closed. We go to offset again and we do both. You'll see that actually I didn't do that right. I didn't close the graphic, I guess. Hold on. Let's go back and close the graphic. So you see if the graphic's closed where it says here false, you can change it to true here, or you could change it here. You notice that it will switch here. So we're going to set it to true. And what that does is now it assumes that the graph is closed. And so when we go and do the offset, it's going to assume that you want to do an offset that goes all the way out. And so you can see here that it finds the intersections of these offsetted points. Instead of just offsetting these lines, it found the intersection because it was closed. Another feature of this dialog, we're going to go ahead and just do inside for now, preview. If you do add one, it keeps on adding one, so that you can get some really neat effects by doing that. It just keeps on adding one. So let's go all the way to the center. It's kind of fun. Oops. Oh well, we'll just delete that last one. The last one is so small that we'll go to the end of the list and just delete it. But then you get a kind of neat effect like this, where everything is kind of, oh, that makes my eyes dizzy. But so you can understand how the offsets work. So why is the offsets important for some things? So like, for example, let's say we're doing a lettering set like this, and we want to offset these lines too. We can go and offset. Now, lettering sets typically go counterclockwise, but they don't always. So if you notice, when we do inside for this, you notice, oh, it did behave itself. It went inside for the outside, and then it went on the opposite side for these. So if you look at this graphic, let's undo. If we look at these graphics by turning on the point numbers, the handle IDs, we can see that this graphic actually goes counterclockwise. See how the numbers go up in this direction? And then for this one, it goes up in this direction. And then for the outside of the letter, it goes counterclockwise. So the offset works nice for these because this is going counterclockwise and this is going clockwise. So then basically if we wanted to offset inside the letter, um, we would get what we desire. That's what we would want, let's say. So let's say I wanted to make this some sort of lettering set that had kind of a neat look like that. Of course, that's not that great, but we can add anchors to make it more interesting, of course. Let's see here, we'll put an anchor here so it behaves itself. Yeah, so then we would look at it. It looks kind of interesting. So you can get some interesting effects with the offset. Also, if you were going to do an underlay manually, you would do an offset from the edge to fill your underlay. So if we were just going to make this a fill or something, we could do that. So that's how you use offset.